As we go down Charter Street, you're going to get to see some of the architectural features of the French Quarter. These are a row of townhouses. On my right, 6 Kukula townhouses built by a man named Kukula. On my left are other townhouses, some Creole townhouses, some are American townhouses with distinct differences. You see what's called an American townhouse. Notice there are Greek Revival elements, the fan-type windows over the top of each window. And on the left you see an alleyway. Here we see what falls more in the category of a Creole townhouse. Notice the door is a little simpler, and if you notice to the right there's a carriageway, or as the French would have called it, a porte cochere, where literally a carriage could go into the courtyard behind the building. Notice all these buildings on the right-hand side, 6 of them exactly alike except one changed its balcony out to a gallery. And this is a good place to see the difference. The balcony is cantilevered off of the building and goes about halfway out on the sidewalk, whereas you see further down is a gallery, and it comes all the way across the sidewalk with posts down at the curb. Here, galleries at our side right here. Notice the beautiful spring flowers. We at this time are actually proceeding downriver, meaning the river flows in the direction that we're going here, and we're going to turn now, and as we say in New Orleans, we're going toward the lake. Lake Pontchartrain. That's how we tell directions in New Orleans. Are you going toward the lake or are you going toward the river? Well, here we're going toward the lake. Now on my right you will see one of the most important buildings in early construction in the French Quarter. This is called a Creole cottage. Notice 4 bays. Notice the chimney coming out of the center of the hip roof, and you see 2 more of them right down here. On my left over here, the terracotta color building is an American style townhouse, and the big thing the Americans brought was a hallway. They added a hallway to the construction. And if you go up, you see a balcony. On up from there, look to the cornice at the top of the building, and you see dentals, which are like teeth. That's where it gets the name from. This is a Greek Revival type home. Next to it, if you see, there's another example of a Creole style townhouse. Notice it's got a porte cochere, the carriageway opening, got 2 doors in the front. Notice 3 stories tall, and again we have a gallery. Notice it comes out to the edge of the curb. Here is Madame John's Legacy, one of the great buildings that was rebuilt in the Spanish period to show the French style homes that existed. It's what we call a raised cottage. It's raised up on brick piers here, up high. So if the floodwaters came into New Orleans, the family would just move things upstairs. And notice the magnificent roof as you get back from it. You can see the roof starts at one angle, then it takes another angle out to the edge of the porch right here. And notice the magnificent iron hinges, wrought iron hinges here. And the other thing that you see in the window where it's open over there is the small glasses. Now realize in those early days they made glass, but they couldn't make it in the big sheets. They made it in small pieces. Notice the gas lamp that could have been out on the balcony in the old days. Then behind this is a whole series of other buildings. One was called a garçonnière. It was a very interesting structure in that it was separated from the main building. When the hormones in the little boys started flowing, they were sent to live in the garçonnière. And they could have their pillow fights and they could have their rompers and everything that they wanted to do as young boys. When they became gentlemen, then they could move back in the house later in life. Many visitors to the city say we still need garçonnières.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, that's the story. And behind that is a kitchen building. The kitchen was separated from the main building in case of fire. They could control it better. So the kitchen building was separated. Beautiful courtyard. All of these houses in the French Quarter have courtyards. When the Spanish required they be brought up and built along the banquette, that put what we think of as the front yard into a backyard. And consequently the backyard is the courtyard of the building. Beautiful architecture. I never go into a courtyard that I am not surprised, excited by what I see. Everybody treats theirs different. Very, very interesting part of the New Orleans architecture.